Okay, so attaching your binding around the corner and making a nice even corner can be a little tricky. So what I've made is I've made my own binding. This is 2.5 inches and then ironed in half. I attach the raw edge side right here to the edge of my quilt. I've already made my quilt sandwich. So now I don't use pins for this. I know a lot of people do. I just find it slows me down and I just don't notice a huge difference when I use pins or when I don't, so I don't. So I'm going to come nearly to the edge, but before I run this stitch right off the edge, I'm going to stop about 1/4 of an inch before, and I'm going to turn it and angle it off like this, and I'll show you what I mean. So I kind of keep my finger here so I know. I've got a couple more I can go. And now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to angle it off at the corner. Okay, and I just run it right off of the quilt, and then I remove the quilt. Make sure I've got it pretty much where I wanted it. Now I orient my quilt 90 degrees. So now I'm going to do this other side. So here's the tricky part, but it's really not tricky. It's actually quite easy. You kind of want to line up your binding so it's in line with your quilt here. And I just kind of finger press this. And I have it going straight up as if it's continuing that line. Then I fold it back onto itself. And I just kind of hold it in place with my finger right here and position the binding like so. Then I scoot this under my quilt, under the presser foot, and I take a stitch, I take a couple back stitches, and then I just keep on going. And I'll show you how that looks in just a second. I'm going to get some distance. You'll notice I'm using my walking foot, and I'm not using my quilting foot or 3/4 inch foot. I prefer the walking foot. So now if you look back here, you can see that I have this odd looking corner. And so when you're ready to fold this over, hold on, I'm going to do a little bit more. Actually, I'll just release this so that it doesn't take that much time. So now when I go and finish my binding, I can either stitch along this or I can hand stitch. And you will get a nice corner here. Now you'll finesse this a little bit when you're either hand stitching or straight stitching with your machine, excuse me. But you can get a really nice fold here. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know.